an introduction to India Accelerator, the overall ecosystem that we have. So we are a seed stage accelerator program, and which means we come in very, very early in the life cycle of a startup. So generally, we are the first institutional investor in a startup's life cycle. We have been technology focused, so domain agnostic, which means any good problem is a good problem to solve. So whether it can be fintech, it may be agri-tech, it may be consumer technology, AI, IoT, any good problem is a good problem for us. But so long it is backed by technology. And why technology? Because one, you can churn out the solutions much faster, and two, its scalability is much higher. So far the journey has been, 2017 is when the genesis of India Accelerator really happened. We've had more than 40 startups as part of the overall portfolio. We have had 4 successful cohorts. The only GAN backed accelerator. So GAN is the Global Accelerator Network. So if you've heard of names like Y Combinator, Techstars, 500 startups. So these are all big names in the US. So Techstars, when they wanted to multiply in different parts of the world, they carved out a separate entity, which is called the Global Accelerator Network. And as the name suggests, it's a community of accelerators across the globe, the top accelerators. So there are about 100 odd accelerators as part of this community. And we are the only Indian partners with GAN. And what is the value proposition of being part of such a community? So when we were starting out, there was a lot of collective wisdom that you get from this community. So a lot of best practices that gets collated from each of these accelerators. And there's an entire playbook that we get access to. So how to structure from the beginning, how to structure the cohort, how to get the right team in place, how to get your network of mentors, getting the right kind of investors on board. Also, there are a lot of forums that GAN has to offer, for the startups. So there are mentor match forums which happen where mentors from other accelerators can get associated with our startups and vice versa. Also, any startup that has applicability in any other part of the world, more often than not, there will be a GAN accelerator there. And that accelerator can then help the startup to foray into that geography. And similarly, if anybody is looking to foray into India, we become the facilitator. There are also a lot of perks that GAN has to offer to the startups, perks in the form of credits, whether it is AWS credits, about $100,000 credits for, the IBM Cloud, the Google Cloud, Zoho, SendGrid, so multiple credits. So that is the Global Accelerator Network. If you talk about the program structure that we have, so there are 3 C's, as we call it. There's cash, there's competency, and there's connects. So cash is the initial seed stage investment that happens in the startup. Now we have an entire network of investors that we bring in, right during the cohort, because the valuation of the startup is also much lower, and there's a lot of value proposition for the investors. And investors putting in money right in the beginning of the cohort helps the startup to grow faster. The competency is the 16 weeks program, the mentorship program that we run for the startups. It's a hands-on program where, every week we pick up one topic, and the idea is to work on the risks, whether it is the product risk, the market risk, or the financial risk. Every week we take one aspect of the business, deep dive in that, understand what the problems, what the challenges are, and then work together as a team to to remove those challenges, so that the startup is able to focus on the growth, to be able to achieve that growth week on week. And then the connects part, the other C is the connects, where we get the startups connected with the right kind of people, in the industry, whether it is mentors, investors, or business connects. In the corporate, coming from the corporate background, there's a huge network that we have of the corporate connects. So getting them the right kind of connects is extremely critical for a startup. So moving forward, this is the overall structure of the 16 weeks program that we run. We take care of legal, technology, marketing, etc. So it's been a twin track mentorship focus. Like I had mentioned, we've been domain agnostic. So horizontal track is something which is common for all startups. So every startup that we pick up will need understanding of technology, operations, strategy, finance, go to market, etc. So these are common, these are common tracks for all the startups. So these are generally common sessions that are conducted. It's more like a one to many. We invite an industry thought leader or a functional expert from each of these areas, and then they provide guidance and insights in those areas. The vertical track is the domain track. Now, depending on the startups that we finalize for our cohort, whether it is a fintech startup or it is a consumer tech startup or it is a agri-tech startup, we invite the domain expert. Fintech LA will probably get somebody who's the financial expert. For agri-tech, we'll get people who have understanding of the agricultural domain. In fact, we have partnerships with NAV Ventures and Omnivores for that. So depending on the domains of the startups, we invite the domain experts to provide guidance. And this again is a very specific session. This is more like a one-to-one session between the mentor and the startup from those domains. So bear with me on this slide. It's a little complicated looking slide, but the outcomes of this slide are extremely interesting. So this really talks about the details of the lean approach that we take with the startup. Every week we talk about whether it is angel. In the initial beginning, we do the angel investment. We make the startups understand what are the nuances of investing, what is the kind of people that you need to get your team in place, what is the structure that they need to create. The product, again, we have experts on the product side who help the startups strengthen their products. Sales and marketing, technology, processes. So we take care of every aspect of the business. This talks about how do the startups gain. On the product design, they understand, they're able to establish a product market fit. They get access to a lot of experts. They get, their product is validated by a lot of experts. Machine learning expertise, we have a partner in the AI domain who helps the startups on the machine learning side. The mentors and advisors that I just spoke about. Brand building, because we have partners, we have digital marketing and PR partners who work with the startups during the cohort to help amplify the brand positioning of those startups. So whether it is through digital marketing or PR, these partners help the startups. And then scaling up, of course, getting them the right kind of network and the strategies and raising capital. And of course, funding is always, the investment is extremely critical for a startup to grow. And that is a KRA for the accelerator. So this talks about the journeys we've had so far, 4 cohorts. And if you look at the journey in terms of the number of applications also, we've grown tremendously. So when we started back in 2017, for the first cohort, we received about 100 odd applications. And that has constantly, not just the number, but the quality also has constantly grown. So now we get about, 450 plus applications is what we had for the cohort 4. Now in year 2020, given that everything has moved virtual, we've actually moved we've changed the structure a little bit, and we've made it more like a rolling application. Given the deluge of application that we get, even when we close the application process, there are so many startups that approach us. So we cannot really hold them off that, come for the second cohort, because by then the story of the startup will completely change. So now we've made it rolling applications where, we keep onboarding the startups. And then because it's also a very customized approach, a customized program that we work with the startups on. So which is why it's easier for us to make it a rolling application, so that, we are able to work with them in a very focused way. So 40 plus startups we have as part of the portfolio. These are some of the mentors from our mentor network. Of course, the network is lot larger than this, but some of the established profiles have been displayed here. This is the network of investors. Now, the network that we have has different categories. It's a mixed bag. We have angels who are part from, who are part of corporates, who are again senior people who can add a lot of value, can also be the influencers for the startups and open doors in terms, if any startup is working in a B2B space. The HNIs, the seed, the seed funds, the institutional investors, and the VCs. So we've covered the entire gamut of investor network, and we work in tandem with these guys and in close associations with them. To add to this, like I've been mentioning, we've been domain agnostic, but now given we've been in the ecosystem long enough and we've established some bit of credibility. So now we are in fact expanding a little bit and coming up with sector focused verticals. So now we have recently launched 4 verticals. One is the agri-tech vertical, which is more on the agricultural side. One is the health tech vertical. The third is the social vertical, where we've tied up with United Nations Technology Innovation Lab to work with them on the Sustainable Development Goals of UN. And all the startups that will be accelerated as part of this cohort will be focused on those SDGs, so that the impact is much higher and we're able to amplify that much more. And last but not the least, we have the cybersecurity vertical. So if you look at the health tech and the cybersecurity, we've had some innovations in this space, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. And that's the whole intent and the vision for these verticals, where we bring in the industry experts. We have the mentor board, which is, where these prolific profiles are part of this mentor board, catering to different categories of the domain itself, so that they're able to cover the entire ecosystem for the startups. And this can be a one-stop shop for startup, getting them the right kind of mentorship, getting them the right kind of industry expert, getting them the right kind of network. So, in case any startup in the health tech space wants to do a POC, so we have tied up with Medicity and we've tied up with Fortis, so they can do a pilot in these hospitals through this program. So this has been the journey so far. And, we've worked with, while as part of the portfolio, we have about 40 plus companies, but we've, in some shape and form, we've worked with a lot more startups, a lot more founders. And we are really glad to see the kind of, the change which has come in the overall perspective, overall vision, even in the students. The entrepreneurship has become a mainstream career for a lot of students. And that's where we've also kind of tied up with universities. So we've done a tie-up with IIT Kanpur, IIT Kharagpur, NIT Kurukshetra, and IIT BHU. And again, the idea is to activate the entrepreneurship ecosystem on premise, because that's the time you have so many ideas and you need the maximum support. And that's where, the accelerator now comes in. We've started a virtual program for the students on premise for them, where, at the click of a button, you can just go through the program. We've tied up with a UK-based entity called the Inventorium, through which we run this virtual program. And that can be a huge advantage for the students now to be able to leverage that value from this program.
So we have 3 amazing people who presented you about India Accelerator today: Pankaj, Mona, and Alak. And I have a set of questions which I have curated to ask you, and then I will take questions from public. Okay. So having said that, Pankaj, I would like to introduce you to our audience today. Dear friends who are listening to this session, Pankaj is a serial angel investor and a mentor. He is committed to create value at the startup ecosystem and revolutionize entrepreneurship. And I think, Pankaj, you are a real lead for Atmanirbhar Bharat. So it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Anand.
And Pankaj has already invested in our get these brilliant startups, early stage company he's an investor at. So Pankaj will be able to share some thoughts of the questions that we will put forward. And then we will have Madam Mona. She has worked intensively with entrepreneurs to build transformative companies that improve the way we live, work, and connect. With over 15 years of rich experience in MNCs with technology at core, She brings the large enterprise train to the startups to ensure well-rounded perspective of successful business models, brand building, and consumer brand. So technology, business integrated together. That's Mona Singh. Okay. And now we have our dear friend Alok Ji. He is a partner investor at India Accelerator and 20 years of sales and marketing experiences in hotel management and financial service industry. He has a strong background in various functions such as business strategy formulation and implementation, sales and marketing, relationship management, and everything else. So he is currently handling Gujarat and MP chapter of this network, India Accelerator Network. So I think Alok Ji, Mona Madam, Pankaj Ji, welcome. So I will put forward a few questions particularly aiming to you, and then through our conversation our participants can get an idea. So Mona Madam, I will take the liberty to put forward the first question to you. What are the mistakes a founder make while pitching to investors? Generic mistakes, whether they do intentionally or unintentionally, but they do mistakes. So what are those mistakes that you think?
I think the first thing is that the startup needs to, the founders need to put in a very genuine and honest effort in doing their homework. Now homework is for both, for their own pitch, practice. That's something that we always push for. So that is something that founders really need to work on their pitch and devise their messaging. What kind of overall messaging that they'll be providing to the investors? Because ultimately, it's the investors are also humans. They are also emotion based. The investment decision that happens is also very emotion based. If you like something, it's only then you invest in something. And liking is, again, it's all whether you're able to strike a chord with the investor or not is very important. So the kind of story that you present becomes very critical. So, ultimately the founders need to take care of what is the kind of story that you're presenting. If there is any real life examples that they could quote, any journey that they went through, and that can be a great example for investors to know where that pain point came from and how they've been able to come up with a solution for that. So story is the hero of the pitch. And third, that they need to do homework on the investors that they are pitching to. So you have to pitch to the right kind of investor, because if you're an early stage startup and you go and pitch to a VC, you will not be the best fit for them. So you need to pitch to the right kind of investor and do a background check of the investor. So whether it is angels, what kind of startups that they have invested in, what is their investment thesis, and how can you modulate your pitch to match their investment thesis. So that is that is the homework that startups need to do. Two, again, they have to be extremely careful that the pitch is not very long, it's not a drag, and it's crisp. The rule, the Kawasaki rule that is generally there is that 10, 20, 30 rule. There have to be 10 slides, 20 minutes, and 30 is the font size. So be very careful of the pitch deck that you kind of create. That also has a lot of impact. And fourth, whether you're pitching, don't make cold contacts, don't make cold calls, because ultimately the investors are investing in the team, in the people. So you need to go through the right kind of channel. There need to be right kind of influencers if there is a possibility of that, and then get the right kind of messaging conveyed.
Wonderful. So I think one thing that is very clear is overdosing is a problem and underdosing is a problem. Content has to be relevant, but simultaneously it has to hit to the nail. And many often, because entrepreneurs feel that they have given their life to it, so they write a Ramayana around their story. But then that's not the way probably the communication happens. So I think that's very important that you rightly mentioned the perspective of communication. And I think one of the things, madam, that we see to early stage companies these days is because they are predominantly driven by tech founders, they believe it's the tech which drives the game and they forget about the communication and business aspects of it. And they become so possessive about, I have this feature and that function and that architecture and this tool, and that actually doesn't convince we can extract from the entrepreneur. So I think the perspective of putting a technology at front and perspective of putting a business plan at front, I think that's very, very important differentiation that you mentioned. And I think all the people who are listening to you today will definitely take a note of it, because many often a brilliant technology also doesn't sell, and sometimes an average idea also sells well if you can really piece it well. सो पंकज जी, आपने 50 से ज्यादा जगह पे इन्वेस्ट किए हैं, तो आपको तो मतलब आप जोहरी हैं, मतलब आपको पता है हीरा कहाँ पे है, या तो किस पत्थर को घिसने से हीरा हो सकता है। तो क्या सवाल पूछते हो आप लोग जब पैसा देने से पहले?
सर अभी घिस रहे हैं, अभी तो जिन निकला नहीं बाहर। So as I would add to what you were saying, Hiranmay. Yes, one of my earliest investment was into a pure technology company, doing into algo trading into the stock market, NSE and BSE. So as you rightly said कि दोनों founder technology driven थे, IIT graduates. They only knew and they only used to breathe about technology and nothing else. So that was one learning which I picked up when I had to invest in a couple of other startups, was that you have to first also understand, yes, technology is very, very important for, as in a technology co-founder and founder is very, very important to drive that particular product. But you also have to have that knowledge on the business and the numbers also. So a simple question, as Mona also said, she was very humble saying we only got about 400 applications. I'm sure collectively we get about 1,000+ applications every week on LinkedIn itself. Filtering around, screening, we make sure that we, reach out to each and everybody. And of course, we would like to apologize that we miss on a lot of also. But, that pre-screening always happens in LinkedIn itself. As Mona was saying, your pitch deck has to be crisp. Prior to the pitch deck, when you're conversing with the prospective founders on LinkedIn also, we get to know whether this is the next investable bet also or not. Questions like, of course, technology, I would want to invest into a company where the burn rate is very less. I would want to invest that money at a seed stage level or a post seed stage level where the money is just not for survival, but for, of course, adding value to that particular startup. When we used to invest money, as in I've been associated with India Accelerator since inception now, we've always followed one rule. Don't come to us priorly for investment. We run a B school for startups. We will do N number of rounds. We will spend quality time with these founders, understanding how well can he go through rough weathers. We're talking about a COVID situation right now. This pre-screening has helped us in weathering 95+ startups. Our startups portfolio have not affected much. Of course, there has been a dip, but a couple of startups have outshined also. So questions like, of course, if you personally ask me, I am looking at a startup who has at least two founders. Good, because they can buddy them each other in rough weathers also. One co-founder preferably should understand the numbers well. Second co-founder should be the tech backbone of that particular company. So I'm sorry, Hiranmay, I'm talking about a tech guy because my sweet spot is more towards tech and not a very non-tech kind of investment portfolio I have. But yes, domain agnostic investments are everywhere. But my heart lies especially into the tech side, because the reach out or the multiple fold returns is more favorable when it comes to a tech startup, preferably. So of course, we also follow that rule that we invest money in that founder first. We can pivot, we can reiterate, and we can disrupt. This is the motto we actually follow. When the founder is good, we can reiterate, we can redo the product, he should be flexible enough, and then he's ready in that 16-week cohort we take him through so that he can disrupt the market well. So a very bird's eye view of the question you had asked me. about what are the questions I ask to an investor.
Wonderful. So I think what I mean by, I will just clarify, what I mean by tech is, tech should be an enabler and lever. But many often entrepreneurs confuse that tech is everything.
Yeah.
And this is probably a pedagogical confusion what our engineering students are taught in college. You know, if you ask somebody to, can you give me an example of cooling system, they talk about freeze. They don't talk about Carnot cycle. And that's the problem is in business also. Many often the entrepreneurs think it's the mobile app that will make them money. There's nothing in between. And I think that's a very, very important aspect that India Accelerator you mentioned about your pedagogy, where you actually have a preschool kind of mechanism for startups who are lean institutions. So technically you are telling that how do you have a lean learning mechanism for entrepreneurs? So I think that's very important. And that's, I think, a unique pedagogy that you guys bring onto the table. And entrepreneurs who are listening to you will definitely take note of that, that too much of randomness is also not okay. And too much of structurization is also not okay. But how do you create a semantic cohesion between these two is very important when you design the programs. And as Mona was explaining the slide, I could see the kind of thought that has gone through behind designing the pedagogy. And I think that's very important because ultimately, and the layman like me, when somebody asks me, a startup asks me, what exactly you guys do? And I say that, look, typically an Air India flight takes 3-kilometer runway to fly. And if you want to fly at 30,000 feet, that's fine. But if you want to be Apollo 16 or Apollo 60, then you need a runway of a couple of feet only. And that's probably ecosystem need to do. How can we shorten your runway to take your flight as higher as possible? And that's what the beauty of the ecosystem is. Otherwise, you can never get a $100 billion IPO in 6 years like Facebook does. Because that's how the ecosystem plays role in. Otherwise, we can have our typical comfort zone of 3-4 years of incubation cycle and then another 3 years of seed. And then by the time the investor want to exit, you are even not in the pre-series A. So there are issues that we need to address for sure. And you rightly mentioned that these are certain questions probably every investor will be asking to entrepreneurs and they should take care of. आलोक जी, एक सवाल आपके पास है. अब बात पैसे की कर रहे हैं, कैसे मिलेगा, क्या बोलना है, तो आप बताओ क्या सही में पैसा ही सब कुछ है क्या स्टार्टअप्स के लिए या कुछ और भी है?
हिरण्मय जी, मेरा ये मानना है कि फॉर अ स्टार्टअप टू थ्राइव आफ्टर अ पर्टिकुलर लेवल, क्या होता है कि नॉर्मली स्टेज 1 के स्टार्टअप्स जो होते हैं, 2 टाइप के सर्कल होते हैं. एक सर्कल होता है कि द स्टार्टअप, द इमीडिएट रिलेटिव्स एंड द फ्रेंड्स एंड सपोर्टर्स, दे सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्राई एंड फंड द इनिशियल फर्वर फॉर अ स्टार्टअप. It becomes easy at level 1. But what happens is, inadvertently, when the level goes to level 2, where the stage 2 funding starts, this is where not only just the technical details help. क्या होता है कि स्टार्टअप समझता है कि मैं प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा हूं, मेरे डिटेल्स ये हैं, द इन्वेस्टर हैज टू इन्वेस्ट. बात ये है कि द इन्वेस्टर इन्वेस्ट्स ऑन द पर्सन एंड नॉट ऑन द स्टार्टअप. 80% डिसीजन जो प्रोडक्ट को लेने का होता है, इट्स अ प्रोडक्ट अल्टीमेटली. 80% डिसीजन और प्रोडक्ट लेने का होता है, इट इज इमोशनल. इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विद द स्लाइड्स. More often than not, the startups commit this blunder that they try and enter slides and make ROIs as much as possible, and the investor's span of attention goes down. और अगर इन्वेस्टर की स्पैन ऑफ अटेंशन चली जाएगी, इन्वेस्टमेंट इज नॉट गोइंग टू कम. और स्टेज 2 और स्टेज 3 में फंडिंग के अलावा क्या होता है कि जब एक बिजनेस बढ़ता है, जब स्टार्टअप का फर्स्ट स्टेज आता है, इट इज इजी टू मोबिलाइज. देन देयर इज अ प्लेटो एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द ड्रॉप आउट्स हैपन इन द प्लेटो. And this is where funding is the most critical. And this is where the decks help, the pitching helps. It is immensely important how you shape up your presentation when you give it to the prospective investor. अब अगले 1 साल में सब कुछ वर्चुअल हो जाएगा. 6 महीने पहले तो हम सोचते थे कि सब कुछ फिजिकल होता था. We used to sit in front of the startups and investors used to interact with them. Now gone are the days. Now the startup has to be groomed and learned enough how to pitch on the virtual deck. And this is an altogether new world. So if the startup has a good product, a USP, but is unable to convey it properly, investors are going to come. And that is the bread and butter for a startup. So अगर पैसा चाहिए, जो सबसे क्रूशियल है, सीखना पड़ेगा कैसे कमाना है.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hiranmay, I'll just add a point to that. You know, well, Alok rightly mentioned, because it's an emotional thing, it's an emotional decision, and the startups need to reinvent. Startups need to work on this. That's what we keep telling our founders when we bring them on board. That you focus on growth. You know, funding is critical for a startup, but if you're able to get the growth, the funding becomes a function of that growth. Any investor would try and put in money in any growing startup. अगर एक startup grow कर रही है और पैसा बना रही है, even investors would want to. Investors then make a beeline to that startup कि भाई मुझे इसमें invest करना है. And secondly, given abhi in the COVID situation, the investor perspective has completely changed. Earlier, it was all about scalability. Now the focus has moved to unit economic positivity. So the startups have to really look hard into their startup, the business model, to see what really works.
So आपने एक बहुत अच्छा चीज बताया. मेरे जैसे लोगों के लिए थोड़ी जार्गन है, थोड़े जनता को समझाएंगे यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स में क्या होता है.
यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स इज कि अल्टीमेटली आपका धंधा पैसा बनाएगा कि नहीं बनाएगा. आपका कॉस्ट, आपके जो इनफ्लो है और आउटफ्लो, अगर आपका आउटफ्लो इनफ्लो से कम है तो इट्स अ प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस. अगर आपका आउटफ्लो ज्यादा है, the cost is higher than the revenues that you are making, then it's a loss making proposition.
And this is a very impressive point that you are making, that you know there used to be a time when people used to think that we will make users and then we'll probably hit that curve of profitability. But today probably what you are saying to all of these viewers is unit economics, the profitability, the delta gap should be positive. You just can't go on bleeding expecting that somebody will give you blood banks, right? So that is something probably is not going to work out. And interestingly, I mean, we saw, and somebody told me during the COVID phase that the PPE market was quite huge, and only the mask market for the month of March was 17,000 crore. And I was thinking, you know, this is a very unique country altogether. We have all types of consumers. If you can sell something which they need and create a supply chain, you make money. Nobody cares whether you are creating an IoT company or a mask selling company. So this is what entrepreneurs need to understand. And I met a girl who was 25 years old, as finally a student of an MBA school, and she was working for a business plan of a technology. And suddenly when this thing happened, she moved on to making unique masks and she made money. And probably that's the best way entrepreneurs need to be agile enough. Because if you think there is a wave which is flowing and you can surf that wave, that's the best thing to do without getting attached to the product and service that you have planned before. And all of you are eloquently highlighting that the products could be the means to the end, but the vision and the route has to be very different, because that's the broader picture of your unit economics of getting profitability. So I think that's a very interesting point. Alok ji, जो आप पिच डेक की बात कर रहे हैं, जो मैडम ने भी बताया, पंकज जी ने बताया, क्या क्या चीजें होनी चाहिए पिच डेक में. कुछ मैडम ने बताया कि 20-30 की फार्मूला लगा दी उन्होंने. अब वो 20-30 की फार्मूला के बीच में क्या बोले, मतलब उन्होंने बोला फंड ऐसा होना चाहिए, कम्युनिकेशन ऐसा होना चाहिए, लेकिन अंदर की माल क्या होनी चाहिए.
Mona, you can elaborate that.
Go ahead, Alok.
Normally, हिरणमय जी, एक जितने भी हम लोगों ने डेमो डेज अटेंड करे हैं, half an hour is the time allocated to a startup to pitch his future, to pitch his core, to pitch everything he has in that product. What matters is the first 20 minutes. So typically, a slide show should not exceed more than 10 slides. The span, the attention that an investor has during that presentation are, in fact, the first 5 slides. Pehli 5. First impression matters a lot. The first thing is the vision. What the startup portrays to the investor that he would take the startup to be after level 3 is what the investor is more concerned about. So to me, the first 5 slides transmit the future. And that is the most critical for a startup to pitch. And if the pitch is confident, see, again I say, जितने startups में मैंने attend किए हैं demo days, उसमें ये दिखा है कि concept अच्छा है, startup के USP भी अच्छे होते हैं, pitch करने का तरीका ठीक नहीं होता, and it wanes the attention of the investor. Down goes the interest in 15 minutes, And even if towards the last 5 minutes, the investor wants to hear, he's mentally switched off. So to keep him agile, the presentation needs to be interactive a bit, so that the startup also knows that people are interacting, people are wanting to talk. Until the time the chat box is not on and you don't understand that the investors are interested in asking questions, he will not be able to catch and trust the fancy of an investor. So this is what I feel. It has to be interactive, it has to be vision, and then the ROI.
Okay, wonderful. So आप कह रहे हो कि आप हमें जो है एंटरटेन भी करो, लेकिन सपना भी दिखाओ और सपना को पूरे करने की जो रोड मैप है वो भी बताओ, तब जाके हम पैसा देंगे, राइट?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
अच्छी बात है. If I would have been investor, I would be definitely interested कि मेरे वापस कब मिलेगा और वापस की एक्स्ट्रा कब मिलने वाला है. So therein I will come to Pankaj because he has invested and made money. So Pankaj जी, आप लोग जब इन्वेस्टर की पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जब आप लोग पैसा लगाते हो, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हो, तो आप लोग क्या देखते हो? मतलब इन्वेस्टमेंट में क्या चीज आपकी टारगेट्स में रहता है? सो व्हाट डू इन्वेस्टर्स लाइक टू लुक while making an investment?
As Alok also said, and I had answered in my previous question also, sir, सबसे पहले मेरे को पैसा लगाना है बंदे पे, वो फाउंडर है. I would want to understand the founder first.
Okay.
If the founder has that passion in him, वो कर जाएगा. There are lot many times when we are sitting one-on-one in person with a founder. वो founder मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, वो pitch deck बहुत अच्छी pitch deck अपने आप बना के लाया है या अपने senior से, acquaintance से, associate से बनवा के लाया है. We have to switch off that pitch deck and tell him, भाई करना क्या चाहता है ये बता, मुझे पता है तू कर लेगा, प्रोडक्ट बहुत बहुत अच्छा है, बट व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू एक्चुअली. सो सबसे पहले जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, पैसा उस पे लगेगा कि यार आई लाइक द गाय. ऑफ कोर्स it will be a 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, but for me the money is 70 more on the people first and then on the product. Foremost, yes, his qualification, I no offense to the Facebook, but Flipkart brothers are doing very well. Sold it to Amazon. Apps, wonderful, wonderful thing. But then again, I would want to, bet, put or say invest my bet more towards two founders. One has a passion for numbers. One has a passion for a particular product. Product could be any product, scalable. I would not want to invest into a company which is a very big labor intensive, where the burn rate, or like Mona said, the unit economics over the months will not be justifiable to the investment which we put into the particular startup. So these are a couple of questions which we actually asked or which I see when I discuss one-on-one, virtually, over the phone, LinkedIn, or wherever possible with a particular prospective startup.
Wonderful. So, and I think we hear this term quite eloquently these days, that bande pe paisa lagao, team pe paisa lagao. And I think what you mentioned is quite important, because so far as we see in Gujarat student startup innovation, हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि जरूरी नहीं कि पहली अटेम्प्ट पे कोई सक्सेसफुल हो. ज्यादातर एंटरप्रेन्योर तो पहले अटेम्प्ट में सक्सेसफुल नहीं होते. तो कहीं ना कहीं आप ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हो कि चलो पहली अटेम्प्ट पे नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ, लेकिन अटेम्प्ट दोबारा मारने की हिम्मत होनी चाहिए. अगर पहली अटेम्प्ट में बैठ गया तो फिर बाद में आपको पैसा भी बैठ जाएगा और फिर उसको भी कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है.
Absolutely right.
So you don't need quitters gang. You actually need people who can bounce back. और bounce back की कीड़ा होना चाहिए, है ना? और that's something is very important. Otherwise, what happens is either some people settle too low or some people settle too high, and then we actually miss the bus. So
just a small thing. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Just a small thing for all the viewers here. See, we have the Your Stories of the World. We have a couple of other, startup websites which are tremendous. They give you news of every minute, कहाँ funding हुआ, क्या हुआ. So आजकल जो startups आते हैं, they think यार ये startup बहुत अच्छा है. They have not tested the startups. They have not tested the waters yet. कोई deep dive नहीं हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ. They will say यार उसकी funding है, ये product बहुत अच्छा है, वो funding मेरी भी होनी चाहिए. But the problem here is, as you said, he has to bounce back, because यहाँ पे chances of failure are much more than chances of success. You could have a very good idea, could be your execution, could be your implementation. Of course, we also have a very tough time at times. We are running a fantastic platform. We've got international agile coaches. We do OKR sessions. We do everything and everything possible to make that particular startup investable and investably ready. But हमें भी challenges आते हैं. For that mindset, when I said we're putting the money on the particular founder perspective, we understand कि यार वो founder will be able to sail the ship to the rough waters or not. Very important. सर किसी फाउंडर का 50,000 है, किसी फाउंडर का 5 लाख है. 50,000 में भी 6 महीना का रनवे है, 5 लाख में भी 6 महीने का रनवे है. You never know, 50,000 6 महीने के बाद he outshines and he becomes the next unicorn. So that is where the cherry picking, spending multiple number of hours, at times takes about 1.5, 2 months to close that founder, is what we do.
Wonderful. Before I take my questions, I can see a question from the audience. One participant is asking, sir, ये बाकी जगह में चंदा देने से, दान देने से टैक्स का बेनिफिट मिलता है, तो इन्वेस्ट करने से भी मिलता है कि नहीं मिलता है? आइडियाज के पीछे लगाओ, खुदा के पीछे दान दो तो मिलता है, टैक्स बेनिफिट भी मिलता है, चैरिटी करो तो मिलता है. तो जब आप आइडियाज पे इन्वेस्ट करते हो तो कुछ टैक्सेशन का कुछ सपोर्ट पॉलिसी है प्रमोट करने के लिए एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स को, या आप अपने इंटरेस्ट से करते हो?
Alok will be able to answer that question well. He's from that background now. But of course not, at a very, very lighter note. Yes, of course not. But Alok, you would want to add something here?
अभी तो सिर्फ हौसले चलते हैं. So if you look at investment going 10x, 15x, 20x, this is the right industry to put your money in. And Hiranmay ji, आपने एक webinar लिया था, which I attended live. I would like to reiterate what was discussed. You had taken a webinar with Krish Gopalakrishnan ji, where he had mentioned that the startup is a high pressure chamber. And the question is not the product being outstanding. If the USP is there and the guy has stability, funding is going to come. So this is what I'd like to reiterate, that if the startup man who's organizing and who's creating the startup has character behind him, push behind him, investors will follow. And who as an investor does not want to put up his investment in a 15x project than to put it in a conventional equity or a debt or a SIP stuff. This is a new investment class. So if an investor is asking me, I have put my money as an investor, I plucked some money out of my mutual fund savings and put it in startups. So the question is not, taking an extra bunch of money and investing it in the startup. It is just rechannelizing your savings, which you already have, and creating an additional asset class.
So आप ये कह रहे हो कि ये एक अल्टरनेटिव फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट टूल है, मतलब आप गोल्ड में लगाते थे, आप आइडिया में लगा दो, राइट? बट देन फिर वो जोहरी सही होना चाहिए ना, मतलब आइडिया में परख होनी चाहिए, वो आंखों में दिखना चाहिए, अदरवाइज मेनी ऑफ द इन्वेस्टमेंट आल्सो गोज बैक. So I think then there professional people like you could be helpful.
This is where, sir, an accelerator comes into foray. That accelerator, does all the shortlisting and the painstaking for you. Out of those 100 and 1,000 startups that would have applied, there is a cream of 15 to 20 startups that we help you curate and make your choices small and smart. So out of these 15, you got to pick your best choice.
Okay, so what exactly you are saying is, जो मैं आपको कह रहा था रनवे छोटा कैसे करना है, उसको आप ऑप्टिमाइज करके देखो. मतलब अगर हम लोग ठोकर खा के सीखे, उससे बेहतर कोई मास्टर आदमी सिखा दे, तो फिर हमारे जो है योग्यता बढ़ जाती है, and our ability to succeed become more. And I think you are saying right. So it's good actually, because for every path there should be an optimization route, and if an accelerator is able to do it, it is nothing like that. Wonderful. So एक सवाल है पंकज जी कि हम लोग एक इन्वेस्टर एक बार में पैसे लगाता नहीं है, और एक स्टार्टअप एक बार पिच करके जन्नत तो जाता नहीं है, तो बार बार मिलन होती रहती होगी इन्वेस्टर्स का अलग अलग स्टार्टअप के साथ और स्टार्टअप्स के अलग अलग इन्वेस्टर के साथ. तो स्टार्टअप को एक ही पिच लेके घूमना चाहिए कि रोटेट करते रहना चाहिए गेम?
नहीं सर, there should be only one pitch after every pitch he has presented, he can reiterate it, depending upon कि उसमें क्या change करना है. See, there is no, your product is the same, your outcome is the same, your objective is the same. Your fund ask is also the same. So why would you want to have a different pitch for different investor?
Wonderful. Because
Mona would want to add something, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
please.
a point that I would want to add. Again, depending on the appetite, Pankaj, where I'll differ a little bit with you. What I would say is that, now depending, because there can be, when we work with our startups, we work with them to have different milestones. There's a 6-month program projection, there's 12 months, there's 5-year projection. Now, depending at the horizon that the investor is looking at, depending on the appetite, the risk appetite of the investor, and depending the kind of investor that the startup is pitching to, whether it is an angel, whether it is a fund, whether it's an institutional investor, the pitch will actually vary a little. And that's where the variation in the pitch deck will come in.
Yeah. So you were saying that how do you incorporate the feedbacks that you get from experts and then probably redraft it? Because but then मोना एक चीज ये भी हो जाता है ना, हमारे देश में 50 लोग 50 चीज बोलते हैं और फिर हम कभी-कभी अपने आइडिया ही भूल जाते हैं, हम अपने आइडिया उनकी इर्द-गिर्द घुमाने की कोशिश करते हैं. तो वो जो एक ग्रे एरिया है कि कहां तक जाना और कहां से वापस आना अपने सेलिंग प्रोसेस में ड्रीम को भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट है. Probably that's what platforms like all of us and you are helping, right?
Correct. The story should not change, the product should not change, the conviction should not change.
Wonderful. आपने 3 शब्द कहा, दोबारा बोलिए, मैं भी याद रखता हूँ. The story should not change, the
product should not change, and the
product should not change, and the conviction should not change. तो जो लोग सुन रहे हैं, ये 3 महामंत्र आप लोग आज मोना मैडम के नाम पे ले लीजिए, because these are the 3 things you should not change. Rest everything you can change, right? Pankaj will give you money. So coming back to Mona मैडम, तो थोड़ा सा आप लोगों ने ब्रॉड फ्रेमवर्क बताया कैसे होता है, क्या होता है. तो मान लीजिए कि मेरा आइडिया है, मैं पहली बार पिच करने आपके पास है और आपके पास कुबेर हैं, आप इन्वेस्टर हो, आपको हमारे जैसे लोग पे इन्वेस्ट करना है. तो ये टिपिकल प्रोसेस क्या होता है, मतलब क्या मिलना होता है, क्या जुलना होता है, आप हम लोग से क्या करते हो, मतलब बेसिक मिलन जुलन से लेकर खाते में पैसा आ जाए, उस बीच में क्या प्रक्रिया होती है?
बेसिक मिलन जुलन से लेकर खाते में पैसे में बहुत तामझाम होता है हिरन में जी, एंड बहुत महाभारत होती है. तो ये बेसिक, अगर आपने पिच कर दिया और पिच अच्छी गई, इसका मतलब ये नहीं, इट्स नॉट अ शॉर्ट शॉट कि आपके को नेक्स्ट वीक पैसा आ जाएगा. इट्स नॉट शार्क टैंक कि उसी टाइम द डील इज ऑफर्ड राइट देयर. यहाँ पे यू पिच, देन देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फॉलो अप दैट नीड्स टू बी डन. जब आप पिच करते हो, पिच इज मोर लाइक अ टीजर टू द इन्वेस्टर कि these are the highlights of my product, of my company. Then the investor asks for a follow up discussion where he goes into details of everything. क्या product है, क्या technology है, क्या financials हैं, क्या marketing strategies हैं. So on every aspect of the business, there is a deep discussion that happens. Then there is a huge process of due diligence that happens. Product due diligence होगा, financial due diligence होगा. That's a long process. Then comes in once that reassurance comes in that everything is okay. ठोक बजा लिया है, सब चीजें is as what has been conveyed as part of the story. वो सब चीजें elements are there. Then comes in the discussion of the valuation. Because valuation is where lot of disconnect comes in. Founder को हमेशा high valuation लगेगा, investor को हमेशा low valuation लगेगा. तो वो एक middle ground पे आना जरूरी होता है, और वो middle ground की discussions take a little long. Once the valuation gets decided, that's when the formal paperwork starts, where the SHA happens and the overall the share allocation happens. So typically it takes about 4 to 6 months from that pitch day, milan julan se, to till the time the money hits the bank. So 4 to 6 months is easily the horizon that a founder should look at when they start fundraising.
वंडरफुल. 4 से 6 महीना. तो जितने भी लोग आज ये सोच के आए थे पंकज जी आपकी अकाउंट नंबर मांगने वाले हैं, 4 महीना इंतजार करना पड़ेगा, प्रोवाइडेड आपकी पिच आज ही तैयार हो, वो पर्टिकुलर फंड साइज में तैयार हो और पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड में जो आलोक जी ने बोला वो तैयार. तो आप सबके माध्यम से जितने भी लोग सुन रहे हैं, मैं उनको ये कम्युनिकेट करना चाहता हूँ कि किसी का भी पैसा लगता है, चाहे सरकार की ग्रांट हो या प्राइवेट सेक्टर की खुद की बनाई हुई पैसा हो, पैसा तो पैसा होता है और सीरियस हार्ड एंड मनी होता है. इसलिए एंटरप्रेन्योर अगर उस पैसा को मल्टीप्लाई नहीं कर पाएगा तो इन्वेस्टर्स को भी उतना ही चैलेंज होगा जितना एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को पैसा लेने में। और कहीं ना कहीं जो आप लोगों की बातचीत से जो सारांश निकल के ये आ रहा है, अगर मैं आपको ये प्रूव कर दूं कि आपकी 1 रुपये को मैं इतने टाइम में 5 रुपया कर सकता हूँ या 10 रुपये कर सकता हूँ, तो आई थिंक देन दैट मैरिज बिकम मोर इजी, मोर बेटर एंड मोर सस्टेनेबल। सो एंड दैट्स व्हाट प्रॉब्लम मोना मैडम ने जो बताया यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स आज मैंने सीखा ना आपसे, तो वो जो कहानी जो आप कह रहे हो कि कितना जल्दी कितना सस्टेनेबली, क्योंकि एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन मैं यहाँ पे चार्ट बॉक्स में देख रहा था और वो कह रहे हैं प्रिंस शुक्ला पूछ रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं यार मैं 3-4 महीना तक 3x प्रॉफिट करके दे सकता हूँ, लेकिन साल भर का गारंटी नहीं है, फिर भी पैसा लगाओ कि नहीं लगाओ। तो आई थिंक मोना विल लिटिल बिट थ्रो लाइट ऑन दैट की कंसिस्टेंसी और सस्टेनेबिलिटी ऑफ बिजनेस मॉडल कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। वुड यू लाइक टू थ्रो सम लाइट?
सस्टेनेबिलिटी इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो जब इन्वेस्टर्स देखते हैं कि कितना पैसा बनेगा, कितने टाइम के लिए बनेगा, एंड ऑल्सो जब एक फाउंडर अगर पिच कर रहा होता है तो the two things that founders need to take care of, one is कि भाई आप एक तो पैसा मांग रहे हो इन्वेस्टर से, but that is not the only thing. You know, you should also make the investor feel that there's a lot of value addition that an investor can do in the startup apart from the capital, apart from the money that he's putting. कि जो growth है, अब he is part of the family. अब जो हमने काम करना है, हमने इकट्ठे काम करना है, and then we together work कि भाई इसका जो आगे sustainability है, कितना इसको और बढ़ा सकते हैं, कितना कॉस्ट कम करके इसका सस्टेनेबिलिटी बढ़ा सकते हैं, एंड प्रॉफिट कितना बढ़ सकता है इससे।
वंडरफुल। पंकज जी, जब भी हम रिस्क लेते हैं, जैसे एंटरप्रेन्योर रिस्क लेता है ऐसे इन्वेस्टर भी रिस्क लेता है ना, ये रिस्क तो विश्वास की खेल है। तो जब आप रिस्क लेते हो तो जरूरी नहीं कि हर चीज में जीत मिलती होगी, कभी कभी तो हमारा एक्सपीरियंसेस बुरे भी होते होंगे। और खास करके मैं जो जहाँ तक समझता हूँ इस इकोसिस्टम में, जो एक्सेलरेटर्स होते हैं और जो एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स होते हैं वो ज्यादा रिस्क लेते हैं, क्योंकि वो शुरुआती दिनों में लोगों के साथ काम करते हैं, और जो वीसी फंड है वो तो आखिरी दिन में आते हैं, और उससे पहले रिस्क को आप लोग सब मिटिगेट कर लिए होते हैं ज्यादातर, प्रोवाइडेड कि कोई ब्लाइंड तुक्का ना लगाना चालू करे। तो शुरुआती दिनों में जब आप रिस्क लेते हो तो बहुत सारा एनर्जी आपकी जाता होगा। जैसे मैडम ने कहा कि टेक्नोलॉजी भी देखना पड़ता है हमको। आपने कहा कि आप अजाइल कोचेस ला के आते हो, उनको समझाते हो, उनको बिजनेस प्लान बना के देते हो, उनको फंड रेडी बनाते हो। आई थिंक ये जो शब्द आपने बोला, दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई पर्सनली लाइक, क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोग जो हमारे पास आते हैं हमें पूछते हैं कि आपकी एसएसआईपी में कितना पैसा है, तो हम पूछते हैं तुम कितना डाइजेस्ट कर सकते हो, क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है कि समटाइम वी बिलीव दैट द डॉलर ऑफ द चेक मेक्स अ डिफरेंस, बट देन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी शुड हैव एपेटाइट। सेकंड थिंग इज इवन इफ वी एपेटाइट वी आर डाइजेस्टेबल। आपने ले लिया अंदर और हजम करने की भी क्षमता होनी चाहिए, और आपने हजम कर दिया तो फिर वो बायोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस में फिट होना चाहिए। सो कहीं ना कहीं आपने भी ऐसे एंटरप्रेन्योर के साथ, इन्वेस्टर के साथ इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद इनकाउंटर किए होंगे। कोई एक एग्जाम्पल जिसकी उदाहरण से आप ये समझा सकते हो कि भाई अच्छा इन्वेस्टमेंट था, अच्छा टीम था, यू मे कोट और अनकोट दैट टीम, बट जस्ट बिकॉज की स्ट्रैटेजिक लेवल पे कुछ चीजें नहीं हुई इसीलिए वो डायरेक्शन बदल गया। कोई उदाहरण आप दे सकते हैं?
Oh, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So again, I will go back to about 3 years back, my first investment. Fabulous. I was passionate about this. Fabulous product, fabulous founders. Challenge क्या था? And to add to what Mona said, so that all the audience can get connected, there are two things which I want you to remember now. One is that 3C जो हमने बात करा था, competency, connect, cash. Cash, competency, connect. दूसरा हमने क्या बोला था, अभी मोना ने बोला था, योर इन्वेस्टर विल बी लाइक अ सेकंड और द थर्ड को फाउंडर। जब हम कनेक्ट की बात करते हैं, वी वुड वांट टू कनेक्ट द स्टार्टअप विद अ मेंटर फ्रॉम द सेम डोमेन। द मेंटर कैन बी एन कनेक्टी इन द सिमिलर डोमेन, और द मेंटर कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू एन इन्वेस्टर। अब इसमें बेनिफिट क्या आता है सर? इसमें बेनिफिट ये आता है दैट मेंटर acts as a co-founder of that company. He understands the domain well. अब ups and downs आते हैं, as I just said. जो स्टार्टअप को मुझे लग रहा था कि 8 महीने में वो 4x, 5x, 6x दे देगा, उसको 3 साल लग गए ग्रूमिंग के बाद बाहर आने में, आउट। तो आप कह रहे थे कि जब वो चिराग घिस रहे हैं तो वो जिन निकलने की कोशिश कर रहा है अभी बाहर। So that is where the stage is. So it took 3 years for the startup to understand the numbers, to understand how a company will run apart from the technology product. I had to get on to the co-founder role to understand के कौन से processes streamline करने हैं. For that matter, कौन से इन्वेस्टर डेक में कौन सा स्लाइड कहाँ आना चाहिए, कि आगे जो हमारा इम्पैक्ट है वो इम्पैक्ट कैसा बढ़े. फ्रॉम एन इन्वेस्टर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई वुड नॉट बी डूइंग इट, बट व्हाट वी डू हियर इज दैट वी whenever an investor comes in, he acts like a co-founder and he's a very active investor. So engagement, deep dives every week, every 15 days happen with that particular founder, so that जिस टाइम जिसको नॉर्मली एक पैसिव इन्वेस्टर को 2 साल लगेंगे, वो एक्टिवली एंगेजमेंट से 6 महीने से 8 महीने में इट कम्स अप with a product and he is ready to go to the live market.
वंडरफुल. आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से, मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों ने जितना रियल लाइफ में सीखा है वो किताबी ज्ञान से काफी ऊपर है, क्योंकि यू हैव बर्न्ड योर फिंगर्स एंड आल्सो यू हैव टेस्टेड दैट फ्रूट. सो
हिरण्मय जी, द नेचर ऑफ द बीस्ट इज सच कि काफी स्टार्टअप्स हैं वो बंद होंगी ही. चाहे where we've had complete conviction on the use case, the pitching had been great, and overall the founder was great, but still there have been cases where the startups have gone bust. But the idea again is getting the critical support when they need it the most is something that can change the complete journey of the startup.
Interesting.
So जो Alok was talking about, the plateau, that's actually a valley of death for startups. जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा startups मरती हैं, बंद होती हैं. And that's where then Accelerator comes in to bring that ecosystem for the founders. There's a community of founders where they can lean on each other. Because, while it is a very romanticized, entrepreneurship has become very romanticized. Like Pankaj was saying, कि your story highlights only those cases जहाँ पे funding हो रही है. But there are many more जहाँ पे funding नहीं आ रही और वो बंद हो रही. So, and there are lot of there are ups and downs, but lot more downs as compared to ups in a startup's life cycle. So they need people, they need like-minded community जहाँ पे वो उनके पास जाके उनसे बात कर सकते हैं and get that support, moral support as well.
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात कहा आप. जैसे कहते हैं ना कि डेथ इज एन इम्पेरेटिव ट्रूथ. सिमिलरली एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में नॉट नेसेसरली एवरीबॉडी विल सक्सीड. यहाँ पे मैं 2 दिन पहले आलोक जी हमारे इस वेबिनार सीरीज में प्रोफेसर अमरीश चक्रवर्ती वाज टॉकिंग फ्रॉम IISc बैंगलोर एंड ही गेव वन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग हाइपोथेसिस एंड वाज वेरी एम्पिरिकल. उन्होंने कहा 6 स्टेज है एक प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट लेने के लिए और आइडिया को मार्केट लेने के लिए. आइडिया स्टेज है, POC स्टेज है, MVP स्टेज है, प्रोडक्ट स्टेज है, मार्केट स्टेज है, स्केल स्टेज और वैल्यू कैप्चर स्टेज. और ये 6 स्टेज में अगर आप किस्मतदार हो कि 50% है, आप सिक्का उछालो और बोलो कि जीतने की चांसेस 50% है ना. अगर 50% आपकी हर स्टेज में चांसेस है और आप कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालते हो, क्योंकि ये 6 स्टेज डायनामिक वेरिएबल्स, ये लीनियर नहीं है, ये कनेक्टेड है. ये भी हो सकता है कि आइडिया अच्छा है, प्रोडक्ट फेल हो जाए. ये भी हो सकता है कि प्रूफ ऑफ कंसेप्ट अच्छा है लेकिन मार्केट हिट ना हो. तो जब एक 6 चीज का कॉम्बिनेशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी लगाते हो और हर एक स्टेज का 50% स्ट्राइक रेट मानते हो, तो ओवरऑल प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस इज 1.6%. सो कहीं ना कहीं, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी मैथमेटिकल प्रूफ, जो हम कहते हैं ना कि ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड है 10 में से 9 फेल हो जाते हैं, शायद इसीलिए फेल हो जाते हैं. दिस इज अ मैथमेटिकल प्रूफ दैट अगर हर स्टेज में आप 50% चांसेस है सक्सेस का, तो भी आपका 2% से नीचे सक्सेसफुल आ रहा है. और वो कहते थे कि अगर 95% चांसेस है आपका हर स्टेप सही हो, तो भी आपकी सक्सेस होता है 73%. तो अगर एक स्टैटिस्टिकल मॉडलिंग की बात करें तो बाय डिफॉल्ट ये जो 6 स्टेज है, 6 स्टेज में आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ हिटिंग द नेल विल अफेक्ट द ओवरऑल कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी. एंड जो आप जो कह रहे हो एक्सेलरेटर का भूमिका या जो भी जो सपोर्ट सिस्टम इकोसिस्टम का है, मुझे लगता है कि इकोसिस्टम का एक ही रोल है कि फैक्टर को इंप्रूव कैसे करना है, ये प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक वैल्यूज को ऑप्टिमाइज कैसे करना है. पहले मुझे फंडे क्लियर नहीं होते थे, अभी आप लोग से सीखता हूँ, बाकी लोग भी सीखते हैं, स्टूडेंट हूँ आप जैसे क्लासेस में, बाकी लोग भी सुन रहे हैं. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये गणित समझ में आया कि हर एक स्टेप्स में कदम सही होने चाहिए. और ओवरऑल कदम मतलब हम सब लोग भारत में 100 करोड़ लोग हैं, सब लोग 1-1 किलोमीटर चले तो चांद तक पहुंच जाएंगे, लेकिन सबको एक ही डायरेक्शन में चलना होगा ना. हर आदमी, आप गुड़गांव की तरफ जाओ, हम बड़ौदा की तरफ जाएं तो भी नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. So how do you do that? So how do you optimize that journey? Probably वहाँ रोल आती है एक्सेलरेटर का, एक इकोसिस्टम का. और जो मैक्रो इकोसिस्टम्स हैं जो इस चीज को बेखूबी अच्छे तरीके से निभाते हैं, वहाँ पे ज्यादा यूनिकॉर्न्स बन जाते हैं या ज्यादा सक्सेस स्टोरी आ जाते हैं. तो यूनिकॉर्न तो जरूरी नहीं है एक ही एडस्टिक है सक्सेस का, बट लेकिन हाँ, दैट्स वन ऑफ द एडस्टिक ऑफ मेजरिंग सक्सेस. तो अच्छा है, आप सबसे काफी कुछ हम सीखने को मिल रहा है. One guy is saying we are enjoying the show. Wonderful.
Extremely humble. There's so much that we can learn from you.
So Hiranmay ji, I would like to take this opportunity to now ask you a question.
Wonderful.
आपने हमसे बहुत सारे पूछ लिए.
अच्छा.
तो अब सबसे मुश्किल सवाल इस पर्टिकुलर शाम का मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ. You have worked with stalwarts like APJ Abdul Kalam, and over these years, sir, you've been a torchbearer. All this while that I hear about the startup ecosystem, your name crops up everywhere, and inadvertently you are extremely closely connected to whatever is happening in the startup policy. Now, over these years, how do you analyze your journey, and how do you compare it with the startups that are coming up now and taking the next leap?
So one thing, Alok ji, बहुत simple है कि the situation is changing. When I started a student startup, when I was a student 10 years before, people used to think it's an illegal activity in the campus. I even quote unquote in a public domain, I can say we have paid fine for doing those things. लूचे छुपे हम लोग hostels पे कंपनियां बनाने की कोशिश करते. Today, if you make a startup, you come to page 3. Anywhere else. So that's the significant difference. The acceptability of entrepreneurship as an alternative choice in your professional career is settled. And thanks to our honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. जब आप रेड फोर्ट से खड़ा होकर देश की प्रधानमंत्री बोलते हैं कि स्टार्टअप इंडिया होना चाहिए, तो हर बाप हर माँ सोचता है ये हिरन में इलीगल काम नहीं कर रहा है. So that perception, that value has been created for sure. Thanks to the top leadership of states and center, that a mandate has been given. The culture has been validated and encouragement has come to build enterprises. So legitimacy के अगर मैं कहूँ एक शब्द में अगर कहूँ तो I think a decade from 2010 to 20 it has added legitimacy to these endeavors. Second thing is, while there is legitimacy, there is a lot of euphoria. There is a lot of people who want to take risks. A lot of people who want to do something. So in the process of legitimacy to deliver things, somehow taking casual risk and taking calculated risk. These two don't need to be confused, and this is what most of the young entrepreneurs are facing the dilemma. Sometimes we tend to enterprise because we believe our neighbor has enterprise, right? We don't look from an empirical calculation point of view why I should do that, why I should not do that. So I think the rationality factor of the plus the euphoria could have been wonderful, which will happen. And honestly speaking, all of you knows much more than us. But then building ecosystem is a 4-quarter game. You should have hype. You should have maturity, you should have a peak or fall, and then there's a settlement. So these are 4 quadrants. Every ecosystem goes through these 4 quadrants. And each quadrant is average 5 to 7 years. So a complete ecosystem gets formed between something between 20 to 30 years. So if you say that you take me to Mars and you ask me, we want to have a mature startup ecosystem, I'll ask you, can you give me 20 years, right? Minimum. It can go to 30 years. So these 4 cycles are very important. Sometimes when we try to copy things, for example, a lot of people from Silicon Valley came back to India, particularly Bangalore like cities and Hyderabad like cities. They started chasing their dreams, or they invested people chasing their dreams. That was a very, very important movement. But the question is, cultures are different. If you think that you have invested in a company like any SaaS-based enterprise there, and in 2006, if you think through doing it in India, from the context of it. So what I'm trying to say is, we have done well, but then we need to contextually blend it. As Mona rightly mentioned, one COVID has changed the perspective of investors. Every year we are going through multiple silent COVIDs which you won't notice. They are happening. These are undercurrents. So earthquake अगर 5.4 का होता है तो अखबार में आता है. अगर 0.4 का होगा कोई नहीं बोलता है. लेकिन then if you do 0.4 every day, the entire Gondwana land shakes. Right? So that's the issue. So I think things are happening culturally. It is very moving, and the beauty is, even government is thinking to put their hands behind. Government is also experiment has been done, but yes, we have done our first decades of mistakes and experiment. We need to move to the next decade. Next decade is going to be when I will have more gray hairs. Game will be more exciting, but then it can be best exciting if you learn from the mistakes. And like entrepreneurs like Mona and Pankaj told that every pitch deck needs to improve. When you are building ecosystem, you also need to improve. The incubators need to be. No way the incubators of 2010 could be the incubators of 2020. If you take a 3 year of runway to support your startup to get the first seed investment, then you don't have time to capture value when you are exiting, right? So
Yes.
the entire component has to change. We are learning, but again, as I say that everybody has a classroom to attend. As an investor, as an incubator, as a policymaker, as a bureaucrat, as an enabler. And how faster we learn that, how openly we accept that, how seamlessly we believe that we have done mistakes, but then simultaneously we can improve. I think that will be the point that we should be looking to. And exciting days ahead. I mean, there will be more deaths in terms of startups, but then that's the way. I mean, no war has been fought without everybody surviving till the end.
Great, sir. Great.
So I will take a couple of questions, Pankaj. So one question which I see is from an attendee, Pankaj ji, Alok sir, once we listening to you, कुछ एक दो स्टार्टअप्स के बारे में बताएंगे जहाँ पे आप लोगों ने इन्वेस्ट किया, क्या करते हैं वो लोग, वन टू एग्जाम्पल.
Pankaj, you may take it.
So, very close to my heart, I've been into stock trading since 2009 now. So, आज मोदी जी बोलते हैं आत्मनिर्भर बने. So whenever, and Alok would want to add, whenever a stock trader wants to come into the market, he is dependent upon somebody क्या खरीदे क्या बेचे, जो एक एडवाइजरी मॉडल होता है. हमने उसको वो स्टार्टअप का नाम है Quants, QUANTS. हमने उसको एल्गोरिथम ट्रेडिंग में कन्वर्ट कर दिया है. There is an back tester where we test strategies. There is a smart lab where the strategies are successful. We push these strategies into the smart. Smart is nothing but an Amazon of strategies. Alok will come. He has about 5 lakh rupees. He does not know what to buy. He will go to the smart website. He will look at the strategy as per his particular risk appetite, and he click up the button. Automatically, the trading will happen. He does not have to do anything manually. For a retail investor, as low as 50,000 ऐसा product market में नहीं था. So these are one of the products in the portfolio of IA, and I have personally invested, is here to disrupt the market. So one of the few I'm very proud of, because as I'm saying, have seen the death also, ventilator also, and now the rosier side also.